Earlier this morning, a mysterious update happened at Polar Peak, and I want to make sure you guys are completely in the loop with this one. What's up, guys? I'm Dr. P. Welcome back to another Fortnite storyline video. I really appreciate you stopping back by. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and drop a like while you're at it. I'm uploading every day, and if you love Fortnite, you love the storyline, you love the lore, this is definitely the channel to be at, so make sure you stick around. Also, if you want to get added to my Epic Friends list and get a gift, the way to do that is to check me out over on caffeine.tv. Hit me with a follow there, show up to my next live stream, and I will be adding everyone that is there and that sends me a request during the time period. So with all that out the way, let's go ahead and dive straight into what's happening. Just a very brief recollection here. The Cattus event, which of course is the event that is happening right now at Polar Peak and is ultimately leading us up to a live event, has been leaked for a couple days now. It's also been determined that whatever is inside the iceberg is some kind of a creature. Here is its eye. This was leaked yesterday or maybe the day before. I'm not exactly sure, but nonetheless, this is the eye of the Cattus. We sure didn't have to wait long to find out what that was about, because right now, if you go and look at Polar Peak, in that little cutout at the base of the iceberg, you can see very clearly a mysterious eye, a singular eye that follows you around wherever you go. And it is indeed the same exact eye that was leaked on that picture I just showed you. Also, all the sounds that I showed you previously that were leaked from the Cattus event are playing when you walk up to this eye, so you can hear the screeches, you can hear the noise, you can even hear the creature's heartbeat. I'm not exactly sure how big this creature is supposed to be, but based on the eye alone, I'm guessing pretty big. The ice surrounding the iceberg has cracked even more, and it definitely looks as though the breathing is getting stronger, as you just saw right there. I'm standing at the base of the iceberg, not even on it, and it threw me back pretty far. If you didn't believe there was a creature inside Polar Peak before now, it's obviously confirmed. It was pretty confirmed before. The leakers are almost never wrong, but now that there is physical evidence of an eye, of a heartbeat, of all this stuff in the game, it looks like there is gonna be some kind of creature breaking out of Polar Peak at some point this season, which is unbelievably exciting. Now, I am a little concerned as to why we are on the third week, almost in the fourth week, and we're already seeing this happening. Like, is this gonna happen soon? Is it gonna happen in 4 or 5 weeks? I don't know. We could be waiting legitimately that long before anything happens or breaks out. Regardless of how long it takes to actually happen, I expect there to be a buildup, kind of like what we've experienced the past week at Polar Peak, and this thing has been moving very fast. It started out with leaks of something inside, and then Polar Peak started to crack even more, and it started to breathe. 5 or 6 days later, we're looking at this Cattus eye that's literally moving around, following you wherever you go. It's really creepy, man. There's a little trick you can use in creative mode to get to the main island and then phase through objects, so I thought, why not go into the main island and literally go straight into the iceberg and see if there's any secrets to be revealed behind the ice. So naturally, that's exactly what I did, and as you can see, there's not a lot rendered behind this wall of ice. Basically, you can get straight through the ice and get a more clear view of the eye, and as you can see, it's literally just an eye. There's no beast attached to it yet, but that's okay. It's completely fine, because about 5 days ago, I did this exact same thing, and the eye wasn't even rendered in yet. In fact, since this point in time, it seems like there's been a lot more added to this area, and they're developing this, and it looks like they will continue to gradually add the assets over time, because let's be honest, if they were to just add the beast back there right now and we could go and look at what it literally is, that would just spoil it so easily, because so many people would do exactly what I'm doing now and figure it out, and then it's over. This way, they keep the suspense, they keep the mystery going, and we truly have to guess at what it is. In the comment section right now, I need you guys to go and let me know what you personally think is in the iceberg. Is it a dragon? Is it a dinosaur? Is it Godzilla? Is it anything else? I really just want to hear what you guys have to say, because your opinion matters so much to me. You guys remember that leak about some kind of a white cube being involved with this Cattus event? It's actually right here behind the eye, 100% placed exactly behind The eye, it's a very small white cube, there's nothing involved with it yet. If I had to guess, and it's just a guess, I'd say that this cube is just a placeholder probably for the rest of the beast. It makes a lot of sense because only the eye is rendered in, it's placed exactly behind the eye. They don't want to render in the beast yet because they don't want to give it away. There have been a lot of white cubes scattered around the map, scattered under the map, just placed randomly, and more times than not, it's simply an indication that this area is going to change in the future. There's a white cube under Greasy, there are white cubes really just all around the map, and I fully expect that to just indicate change in that area. There's been lots of talk about Greasy coming back, and it's very much in play, very possible, not ruling that out at all. But the only thing that basically is confirmed is the fact that Polar Peak is going to get a change. I mean, how could this creature break out of the iceberg and then not cause a major collapse of the castle on top? I'm 99% certain we're losing the Polar Peak castle. So now would be the time to get your final goodbyes in. RIP Polar Peak, forever in our hearts, forever in our mind. So it looks like the Fire King's plan was calculated after all. He hit Tilted, he hit Retail, which destroyed both of them, and then he hit Polar Peak, not because he was trying to destroy it right away, but because he was trying to awaken the beast. And actually, it's most likely going to get destroyed anyway, so the Fire King may get his wish granted anyway. I've been staring at this Cattus eye for over an hour now, really trying to think about what this could be, and I actually tweeted out, do you guys have any theories about the eye? And I got hit back up by Frank on Twitter, who said, Mother Hybrid? I've mentioned this in videos before, and truly it makes a lot of sense. You may recall the dragon eggs from Season 7 and the hybrid skins from Season 8. Those tiny eggs, which we thought were gonna be dragons, ended up being the hybrid skins, which of course were the Fire King's minions. I kind of had the feeling over the course of Season 8 that the hybrid skins might evolve into a full dragon based on the insignia that's on their shoulders. It's a dragon. Not to mention the actual skin set name is called the Brood set. If you look up what brood means, it says a family of young animals, especially a bird, produced at one hatching or birth. The key takeaway from that definition is a family of young animals. These hybrid skins are all a part of the Brood set, implying that they're all very young. Maybe they could develop into a dragon over a long period of time, but they are still young and not developed. There has to be a mother, and it makes sense that she would be underneath Polar Peak where the eggs were originally found. Take another look at this eye. As you can see, it is a very normal looking eye. It doesn't look like any kind of creature would. It looks honestly kind of like a human eye. Very circular pupils and other features. I decided to take a look at the eyes of the hybrid to see if there were any kind of similarity. Unfortunately, the hybrid's eyes are pretty much just dots of light. You can't conclusively say anything based on comparing the eyes of this, the Cattus, and what we believe to be the Cattus's children. It's really interesting that the eye seems to be very infatuated with the players specifically. If you get really close to it and you jump near it, not only does the eye start looking at you funny and following you around, the pupils dilate and it gets really interested in looking at the players specifically and observing their every move. Why? There have been theories about the live event this season being interactive, meaning we might have to physically team up and defeat this boss, and if so, this could be a hint towards that interactivity. We're already getting some of that. I believe the eye following us around could also mean that it's targeting us, meaning when it escapes from this capture, when it escapes from the ice prison it's currently in, it's gonna come after us specifically, which could spell out a whole world of trouble for the Fortnite island. I think it would be awesome and honestly much needed if later in the future after this season, maybe after the next season, at some point soon, if they would make a blog post or maybe a YouTube video in which they go and detail what's gone on so far in the Fortnite storyline, because 10 seasons deep, we still have a lot of plot holes, a lot of unanswered questions, and one of the biggest ones that's on the mind of a lot of people right now is how the heck did this dragon or whatever the creature is get frozen inside of this iceberg? Did the Ice King know about it or did he not know about it? Because that's going to be an interesting question to ask. Not only that, but questions about Kevin the Cube, the Visitor, the Rocket, everything. We just don't have any concrete answers for a lot of this stuff, and I'd like to get it cleared up. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave your theories and ideas and what you think the eye is, what you think anything is, really. I love to go through your comments and your ideas, and who knows, if you leave a really interesting one, maybe I'll feature it in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.